Ohio is a powerful example of what the leadership should and could look like across the country. Let's see what the folks here in Columbus have to say.
Good afternoon and welcome to Columbus, Ohio. We are thrilled to have all of you from all over the country tuned in. It's a beautiful day on the Camp Chase Rail Trail. We are here at Wilson Road Park, right on the Great American Rail Trail with a whole bunch of our best friends from around the state of Ohio. In Columbus, the crowd's thrilled to be stopped to on the nationwide broadcast for the route reveal of the Great American Rail Trail. If you all look behind me, you're seeing a locomotive. That's not a locomotive up on blocks. That is a working locomotive on an active rail line. We are on a rail with trail. That's the Camp Chase Railroad, and it is just another wonderful example of the kinds of partnerships it takes to make trails not just on a local, regional, and state level, but to make trails across this country. This is the Camp Chase Rail with Trail, and that is the active Camp Chase Railroad who brought that locomotive in for this special event, and we want to thank them. The Midwest is and always has been the gateway to the West. We are again. That locomotive is pointing the direction we're heading. This trail, which is made possible because of the wonderful trail development happened by the trail movement in localities like Columbus, Ohio, all over this country. We will connect Washington to Washington. We will reconnect our communities in a way that has been missing for far too long. The network developments around Ohio, from Cuyahoga Greenways to the Tri-State Trails, to the nation's largest paved trail network, Miami Valley Trails, and right here, the Central Ohio Greenways, make this possible. This is going to be an amazing community experience. It's going to give an opportunity for a journey, a singular journey, community journey, and one that aligns with all of your state and local priorities, the things that people here in this crowd, here in Columbus and around Ohio and the country have been doing, are being amplified. They're being built to allow this vision to become reality. We hope to leverage this cross-country trail to continue to grow our efforts to secure additional support, additional funding streams for trails right here in Ohio. We have amazing leadership in Ohio. Our state legislators have taken on huge leadership in the trail movement. We're very proud to have the Ohio Legislative Trails Caucus at the State House, a truly unique national model and role that they are leading and is really being adopted by states all over the country. It was unique to Ohio, and we should be proud of that. And there are many, many states, not just in the Midwest, but all over the country, looking at Ohio saying, how did you do that? So we have wonderful leadership at the state level. Grand projects like the Great American Rail Trail are only done if we have visionary leadership at the local, regional, state, and national level. We're lucky in Ohio to have all of those in abundance, and we should not take those for granted. The City of Columbus and local partners play a huge role in this conversation. As you heard earlier, the formation of Central Ohio Greenways, much more than a decade ago, it was really an early pioneer in greenway development and partnerships. It's a national model. I'm going to introduce one of the leaders to you right now. I'd like to introduce Director of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Mary Mertz. Director Mertz took over the Ohio Department of Natural Resources earlier this year after being nominated for the position by Governor Mike DeWine. She previously served as the first Assistant Attorney General under Mike DeWine in the Attorney General's office, where she oversaw the legal and administrative operations of the office. Director Mertz is also an avid sailor and outdoors person. She's passionate about protecting Ohio's natural wonders.
I am so excited about the Great American Rail Trail, both personally and professionally. I can't think of anything more exciting. So personally, I look at this trail and I think about the fact that I have 2 adult daughters who live in Washington, D.C., and I have a brother who lives in Seattle. And I think what I see is a family trip in the making. I might have to do a little bit of convincing. Our family did the Great Ohio Bike Adventure a few years back. A lot of training, a little exhausting, but we had a great time. We enjoyed it, and so it might take a few weeks to get this one done. But I'm excited, and I'm going to start convincing them tomorrow. But on a professional level, as the director of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, I can't think of anything better than giving people from all across the country the opportunity to traverse this great state. I mean, the things that they will see on this route from east to west or west to east are beautiful and amazing. This is a magical state. There is so much beauty here, and I'm anxious to share it with everyone. So this is very exciting for me. So at the Department of Natural Resources, we support a lot of trails. We have water trails. In fact, I just enjoyed one, a federally protected wild and scenic river, the Beaver Creek, on Monday. We have hiking trails. We have equestrian trails. We have ATV trails. We are a believer in all types of trails. And in the next few weeks, you should see us release our own Ohio Trails vision. I understand there hadn't been one since 2005. And when I showed up a few months ago, they said, well, it's been a while and we've been working on this one for a year. And I said, let's get it done. So we're going to release that very soon. So I'm a lucky person. I think I have the best job in state government. I try not to tell the governor that too often because he gets a little jealous. But I get the chance to introduce someone who I am quite certain has the best job in city government, but we won't tell the mayor, will we? So Tony Collins is privileged to be in charge of nearly 400 city parks, lots of recreation centers, golf courses, and lots of trails. And I think he does a phenomenal job. I'm glad I'm a resident here and enjoy those trails myself, enjoy all the amenities. And so I'm excited to introduce him to join the celebration.
Welcome to Columbus, Ohio. On the behalf of Mayor Ginther, the entire city of Columbus and the Columbus Recreation and Parks team, we couldn't be more proud and happy to celebrate this momentous event for the Great American Rail Trail to come through Columbus, Ohio on our very own Camp Chase Rail Trail. This is an incredible opportunity to serve our residents of Columbus and, as the director mentioned, highlight all the great things that are the city of Columbus, including our more than 120 miles of connected regional trails here in the city. We are very excited to make this possible and to be a partner. We couldn't do any of this without the partnerships that are mentioned earlier today. We know that those partnerships make it possible for us to connect our residents through the power of nature, through the power of conservation, and the power of health and wellness. We also know that our trail system is a part of our transportation network, and we know transportation is critical to the residents of our community. And our trail system is all about helping to increase the mobility of our residents. And the mobility of our residents will help create this to be America's true opportunity city. So we can't say enough about this connection to the Great American Rail Trail. We're thankful to be a part of it, excited to showcase Columbus, and recognize the fact that we couldn't do this without all the partnerships and specifically without the leadership of the Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission. William Murdoch has been on top of this and in support from the very beginning, from day one, and we couldn't do this without the leadership of William and his team, and we thank Morpsey. Please give a big hand and welcome William Murdoch.
Thank you, Tony. We are so excited and proud to be here today. Personally, it's kind of fun for me because I used to intern for Tony a long time ago, and my first internship before that was at the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. Interns of the world, you can do good things. Trails matter in Central Ohio. We are so excited about the ability to do the Great American Rail Trail. At Morpsey, our local governments and communities are of all sizes, and they love trails. They care about transportation, they care about sustainability, they care about the environment. Trails are where that all comes together. Just in 2017, if you don't believe me, just in 2017, 11.5 million miles were traveled on our Central Ohio greenways. 11.5 million, and that number goes up every single year. Our community leaders are behind this too. We've interviewed and talked to a lot of them, and when you talk to them about trails, they say trails are important for economic development, they're important for health, they're important for quality of life, and they're just fun. We're so proud that our system has been recognized by the Rails to Trails Conservancy. We welcome all Americans to discover Central Ohio and our hundreds of miles of trails. Next up, we want to prioritize how to build our system more. You heard how it could be up to 500 miles. And now is the time to do that, to advance our goals. And something like the Great American Rail Trail allows us to get that motivation, that kick, to go out and find the funding to build the rest of our system. So thank you, everybody. Let's continue to advocate. And thank you to our partners at the Rails to Trails Conservancy. We are so excited. And back to Eric.
Thank you, William. Thank you, everybody. As you can see, as all of you around the country can see, Columbus, Ohio's ready. Columbus, Ohio's been ready for a long time. Come through Ohio. You're not going to be disappointed.